Good morning everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of finishing our Mr Fogherty's Lost in Time page. And this is how far we got with our rather buff Mr Fogherty. Really enjoying it. So I've got 3 of the pastel set of a hoo-hoo markers out to do underneath a base layer, for our ladies' clothing. Don't worry if you don't have them, because most of the time I just colour over it anyway, but it gives me a sense of security knowing that I've got some colour down. So I've got my protective sheets behind. I'll bring you in and we'll get started. I need to keep busy because our Kirby is coming out with his new book today. So for the first lady, I have got Rainflower Purple V322, and it's a beautifully soft purple. It's going to be one of those days, folks. Now, I think she's got like an over jacket on, and then we're just going to mix these colours up so that our ladies mix and match. Like that. And she's going to have a purple hat. So I've tried to avoid using blue so that they don't mix in with the sky after all the trauma of last week. Okay, so this lady will put a purple overcoat on, our swooning lady. Yes, so I'm waiting for the Curbster's book to arrive. So where better than to occupy my time than colouring in our incredible RJ Hampson. There we go. And then we'll mix her with some yellow. So I've got Primrose. And she can have a nice, we'll put pencil over the top obviously, but she can have a nice pastel yellow dress like this, and a yellow bonnet like that. And then our lady in the middle is just one colour, so she can have the pink, which is Queen's Pink. Dries a lovely soft colour. Like this. I've been trying to get hold of replacing some of these, or getting a set of these, but every time I look, well, A, they're very expensive, but B, the hoo-hoo just aren't able to keep up with the demand. As soon as they come on Amazon, they're sold out and on their website. So it's because of all these little what I call fuzzy huggy books. It's not how you say it though, is it? I think it's hyggy, isn't it? Right, and she can have a yellow overcoat, and then all our ladies are nicely mixed and matched. I think that's it. Yep, I think so. Okay, so that's those done, and then I don't know what colour to do our gorgeous Mr Fogherty's clothes. They're his like thermals, aren't they? So I'm going to take a beautiful soft green, and I think we'll use, let's see, Mignonette. I think that's how you say it. It's G110, still from the pastel set. And we're going to put these, fill these bushes in behind here. Missed a bit of sky there, of course I have. and we'll do those ones that are further set back too, like that. Okay, and then we need a different green. I've missed the rolling hills there. Oh, we'll fill this one in as well. We'll keep those little like shrub bushes the same, like that. And then we've got like a little conifer. I'm just going to fill that in as well. And then we've got just a little conifer there. So let's get a bit of a darker green for that. What's this one? Let's try pale green, GY1. Yeah, that's better. And then we can put some darker greens on our little conifer tree. Okay. Alright, conifer tree complete. So there we go, we've got our little bit of background going on. Keep those colours out. And I want some kind of brown to go on the edge. Well, we don't have many browns in the pastel set, so I'm going to use, I think we'll go in with this, Lipstick Natural. Let me just check. Yeah, we'll go in with Lipstick Natural as our base. This is for the riverbank. I'm glad we did split it into two, because I've got the joy then of doing the flip through and a bit of colouring with you, and then the relaxation of not having to rush our page. So RJ sent me a wonderful message on Instagram thanking me for my flip through. It was so kind of him. He really is such a genuinely lovely person. I wish he wasn't all the way in Australia so that I could meet him. I'd love to meet him. I'd love to know all about what goes through his mind when he's developing these books. There. Oh, a little bit down here, and we've missed all of this. Needs an edge. I think I might do it. I might pull out a little bit of that that very pale green, that mignonette, if that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I apologise, but this will help us. We can fade that out then with a little bit of like maybe grey-green light or something. We can fade that off just into the white paper so that we're not spending, you know, I want to keep the shape of the page is what I mean, and we're not spending hours filling up all around there, because I don't want to. I just want it to fade off. So just give it a bit of a flick like that. And then we'll do the same over here. Now I was sent a beautiful book from, I don't know who it's from Amazon France, and I commented on this lady's, well, I sent her a message on Instagram asking her how you get hold of this book, and I'd commented on it as well. And somebody must have seen that and they've sent it to me, and it's amazing. So I've been watching, as well as RJ, I've been watching this lady who, not this lady that's done the book, but a lady that does illustration. She's created her own character called Ruru, and her channel is called Calm Forest Colouring. Now, Calm Forest Studio. I was telling my patrons about it yesterday, and please pop over and see her, because I think it's a really tough world to go into. She is incredibly talented, and I worry that people just get disillusioned with YouTube and videos because you don't get many views. She's so talented. I'm going in with Lipstick Natural again for our little snail fellow. Like that. Okay, and I think we might do the vines. Maybe not. Oh, I don't know. That might look quite nice. Let's do that. So all of the vines, which I'm not going to make you suffer and watch while I colour all of the vines in. Obviously less the leaves. This is the point where you realise that you've missed loads of parts. And I'm going to have to go back and watch the video because I can't remember what combination we used. Which is very frustrating. I did have, I'm sure I had it written down somewhere, but yeah, you know me. Brain scatty, office scatty. Can't remember anything, can't find anything. So I'm just using the little tiny fine tip, which I find very helpful to have. I know the bullet tips are cool, but I don't think necessarily you need the bullet tip if you've got the brush tip, so I would vote for the fine end on our, if I had the choice. I was saying yesterday that it's my birthday in May and I need supplies. I need replacements of these, but I would also like, all my big set of the Ahoo-Hoos have run out, and I, well, not all of them, I've got some of them left, but the 320 set. But I would like them in this format, the Honolulu format, the brush and the fine tip. So I was saying that obviously the husband says to me, oh, you've got enough supplies to last you a lifetime, you don't need any more. But whining works. You know, like there was this whole thing in the UK about moving sweeties away from the tills in supermarkets to stop that pester power. Yeah, I've got that. I can make pester power work for me. So I might have to pester until the husband agrees to get me some more Ahoo-Hoo markers. There we go. I won't keep doing the vine with you, but that will dry a really pretty colour, that Lipstick Natural. That's beginning to dry down there, so it gives us scope to colour that with. And then, okay, I've got some pinks. Shall we start on the dress? That's dried quite bright, which is a bit concerning, but that's okay. Right, I'm going to sharpen some of these. I used them yesterday. So this is the beautiful Deco Pink, and then I want the blush pink and pink, I think we'll go with. So I'm going to come in with our lightest, which is Deco Pink, and start putting some colour pencil down there, which is almost a perfect match look. Or it might just be so light that you can't pick it up. But put some wax down on the paper. Like that. And then we'll go in with the pink. So we're going to start to pick up these little folds in her little dress here. So pink, and I'm going to come all the way down actually, and I'll put any details in with pen if I can get a fine enough pen. We are. Just picking out our darker areas. And then let's come in with the blush. No, not blush. What is that? Yeah, blush pink, which is a more of a, it's got a bit of an orangey tone to it. Peachy tone. And we'll pop that in as well. There we go. And because we've done that alcohol marker work, well, I say work, that underlayer, and then we'll come in and we'll put detail on with paint pens or gel pens or something like that. Let's darken that up a little bit. It makes life a whole lot easier, look. A little collar. And then we need to do the hat. So I'm going to do the pink there. I say dark pink, but the pink. And we'll put that on the inside of her little bonnet. Like this. And then we'll come in with that deco pink. And the blush pink. Blush pink in there. Have a little bit of the like that. Okay, and then I think she can have white detail, which will be very cute. All right. Oh my gosh, could you see any of that? Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me move the camera, and I'm so sorry. That's awful. We've got the other two dresses and the hats, which will be done exactly the same. Let me move some stuff. I get carried away and excited, and then I'm so sorry. Right. So I've moved the camera, and I'm going to come out. No, I'll just move it. Let me move you up. There we go. There we go. Not desperately straight. Alright, let's go in with some yellows. So cream, this is my combination I like. Jasmine and a little bit of yellow ochre. This seems to work. So let's do the yellow dress. So let's go in with the yellow ochre and pick out where we want those dark spots. So any folds that look like they're underneath, like down here, I'll put that yellow ochre in, pull that up round there, around her purse, and in there. Then we're bringing the jasmine, that softer yellow, sand is also a good colour to use, and then cream. For a nice sort of pastel-y effect rather than really bright in your face yellows. Yeah, a bit more jasmine just to blend that through. Right, can you see now? Yes, they can. The whole point of a colour with me, Lucy, is that people can see what you're doing. It tends to help, you know. Alright, a little bit of the yellow ochre in there. And the jasmine. Bring that up. And we'll just leave that little stripe there for cream. And we'll put a little bit of jasmine in the top half just so that it's got a yellow hint. There we are. Okay, we gave her a yellow bonnet, so let's come in with the yellow ochre in our dark spots. like this, and the jasmine. Blend through with a little bit of cream, and then like this. There we go. And we'll do her coat while we've got it out. So let's pull in the dark here. Like this. Jasmine. The crows are out in force. It's going to be a nice day today, so it's very, very foggy, but it's going to be a nice day in the UK today. So the washing machine will be going at overload today. All the joys of being adulting. There we go. Now I think that needs a little bit of that purple in there. The cuff of her dress. Like that. Gosh, that pink looks very pink. Let me get some white. There it is. Let's get some white, make sure it's clean, and we're going to put some white in there. Just on that highlighty bit. Knock back a little bit of that brightness, I think. Okay. There we go. Alright, well now we need the lilacs. So I think I'm going to go in with, let's just do two. So lilac and greyed lavender. Let's try that. So let's go in with a little bit of lilac. I wish we had like a softer in-between purple. I wonder if we'd be better off actually, let's use a blue. Let's get a little bit of cloud blue. Because if we come across here softly, really softly with that lilac, we could pull it out with a bit of cloud blue. Like that. Let's have a little bit of cloud blue. That'll work. And just deepen up there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, same round here. She can have a little lilac hat string. We could put a little bit of that in there. Like that. Can you see? Yeah. A bit of that cloud blue. That looks cute. Alright. Lilac in there. And then the cloud blue. Alright, do the same on this dress. Like that. And then cloud blue. Need a bit more down there. And then the hat. Oh, we need a bit of, sorry, need a bit of cloud blue in there. Okay, and then we'll have a little pink and white spotty handbag, I think, for this lady. So a bit of pink, a bit of blush pink, and a bit of deco pink. Okay, some lilac shoes, because why not, like this. We'll just give her some little cloud blue shoes for that one, and well, she's going to have pink. Alright, let me get the Posca. And where are you, Posca? I don't know if I had it out yesterday. Here it is. Let's put some white detailing on these little ladies. So this one in particular first, I think. Let's put our white buttons on and we'll make these white. The little hat straps and the little ribbon. More buttons. And then I don't know if I can do it fine enough, the little pattern that RJ's done. I will try. There we are. Any more? No, she needs white spots on her handbag. Like that. She can have white buttons too. Okay. Any more? No. I have a little bit of white on the tops of the ruffly bits there. Maybe. See the shakes? It's never good. I don't know why it's so bad today. Maybe it's because I should just not do any, like adulting, I should just be allowed to sit and colour all of the time. I'll have a little bit of some highlight on these little shoes. My concern with the ribbon is it looks like I haven't bothered to colour it in. She's got some buttons there. On there. Okay. Alright, well we can always come back to it. Let's pick some combinations for the rest of this greenery. So I'm going to go in, I used this combination yesterday and I really liked it, so I'm going to go in with Prussian, is that it? I can't remember, because it's further back, let's do it a little bit lighter. So Prussian, apple, and spring green and yellow chartreuse. So let's do these. So can you see? Yes, we come in with some Prussian. Am I near enough? Or do I need to zoom in a little bit? I'm just frightened I'm going to lose you all the time. Okay, let's zoom in. Like that. Okay, Prussian. And we'll put that on the bottom of our... Fill that up. Little hedges. Looks like we might have used that in there. I can't remember. Apple. That's sky. Spring green. And just for an added brightness, yellow chartreuse, literally just on those edges. So it looks like the light's picking the top of those little hedgerows up. Like that. Okay. So we'll do these the same as well. So Prussian green. Apple green. Spring green. Might want a little bit more of the Prussian just to pull that up there. A little bit more deep green there. And then the yellow chartreuse. And then a sip of tea. Okay. And then we've got these last little ones to fill in. Here. Same colours. Same colour order. And then I'm just coming back in with a little bit more Prussian. There we go. Alright. And then I want a darker green, so I used this yesterday. I used marine, Prussian and lime peel, I think. Well, let's try it. So we'll come in with our marine, which is really dark. Sort of browny green, which should work well for this little conifer. And then we'll come in with the Prussian, which is much more of a bluey green. And then we'll put a little bit of lime peel on that top edge. And blend that through. There we go. So we've got a nice dark, rich conifer. So just a little bit of variation in those greens. Okay, we'll choose one of those combinations for the leaves on the outside. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go and finish off the vines around the outside with my alcohol markers. Bring you out so you can see the picture. And then I think I'll select, well, I'll be back in a minute when I've sorted everything out and I know what colours we're going to use. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, before we move on, I didn't want you to have to sit and watch another load of alcohol markers, so I did all the way around the outside with the Lipstick Natural, and I picked out all the pillars as well on the mansion. Let me show you. One sec. Let me bring you in. There we go. So I picked out all the pillars on the mansion with Lipstick Natural. And then I took our GY1 pale green and did the little lily pads. And all the leaves around the outside in that mignonette colour and in here. So I cannot put it off any longer. Mr Fogherty must have some clothes. Now I think I'm just going to go with like a sort of neutrally linen-y type look. So I've got eggshell and I've got what is that? Peach beige and cream. Let me just sharpen the cream. We'll see how it works. I might need to add some more colour, but we'll try. So I'm going to go in with the eggshell, and we're going to start our eggshell being the darkest colour, and we're going to put that in. So it won't look yellow because we're going to put that peach beige in. So hopefully, let's just do this sleeve, then if I get it and I hate it. So let's go in with peach beige, then yeah, if I hate it then I can change it. And then we'll blend with a little bit of cream. A bit more peach beige maybe. Okay, I've got a plan. Let's add some new. I'm looking for. Let's add some sandbar brown into that. That's better. We just need something to okay. Then back in with that eggshell. Peach beige. And then we can just deepen it with that sandbar brown. Okay, and then we're going to take, oh, we'll do that at the end. I've got a Thule art pen that I'm going to use on the picture. So sandbar, peach beige. Let's try it that way. Oh, that's nice. A bit of eggshell and a bit of cream. Okay, so I'm going to erase the sleeve, our experimental section. Let's erase that and we'll redo it. So it does matter sometimes the order in which you put your pencils down. Okay, so let's go in with the sandbar. Then the peach beige. That will play down that brown in the sandbar. Then the eggshell, which will give us, start to bring us into that sort of yellowy, linen-y look. And then the cream. That's better. That's what I was going for, more like that. Okay, so let's do that on here. So let's come round here. If we bring out all our creases and dark bits first, let's not forget those pecs, look. What a stud, eh? Alright, we'll do the collar as well. Alright, and then in with the peach beige. Then the eggshell. Is that eggshell? No. Eggshell. And a little bit of cream. Okay, I need to make that bit under there darker. Like that. Oh, it still makes me giggle. Look at him. And then of course when we get our highlights on from the Thule Arts, that will just bring it out even more. There we go. And then we just have to do it here. So let's bring out that sambar brown, peach beige, eggshell, cream. Okay. Bit more eggshell in there. Alright. Sambar. Peach beige. Eggshell. Eggshell. Keep picking the wrong one. And then cream. Run through the colours again. go. All right. Such a handsome fellow. Right, I'm going to get number 2, which is khaki. This is all the pastel set, by the way. With number 2 or number 1? Number 2 for sure. Okay, have I got it out? Bear with me. Here it is. Yeah, number 2. This is from the Tule Art pastel set, and this is number 2 called khaki. So I'm going to come in now, and this hopefully will make the difference to this little design. This. And keep filling all of that up. Around his muscles. What a handsome chap. Let's take the black out of there. I love my Tule Arts. In case you didn't know, I've been doing some work, and like I say, I was that illustrator that, or that incredible artist that I just told you about earlier. I was doing some of my own drawing with alcohol markers and things, and I tell you, cloth. And that is because I was pressing too hard. I get like feel like I have to grip them, and you don't, and then I get splodges. Yeah, I was going to say that I don't think anything much holds a candle to, although I do like the Artex, nothing holds a candle much to these, but they are fine. There, what do you think to Mr Fogherty's underwear? Yeah, I'm pleased with that. So we'll carry on. I'm going to do his trousers too. So it looks like it's just his thermals giving him any dignity whatsoever. So back in with that sambar brown. peach beige, eggshell, I think we need a bit more peach beige because that grubbies it up. Makes it look wet is what I'm hoping, like wet linen. And then the cream. And what a difference it makes when you put that tulle art on. So I did and ah about whether he should have different different underwear bottoms, but I like the vibe that this like thermal underwear is giving off. It kind of fits with his smug "I know how gorgeous I am" look, doesn't it? Okay, so let's tulle art it and finish that look. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. It looks so cute. Alright. So, we also need some droplets of water, so I'm going to do that with my tulle art. I'm going to take number 13, which is powder, no it's not, it's shy blue. Same set. And I'm going to put in Mr Fogherty's drops of water. You won't see that against the water there, look. But we will on his clothing. And on him. Like that. Any more on his clothing? No. I'm going to go back to that khaki, number 1. And I'm taking... Oh, look, it's leaking. What's happened there? I'm going to take that number 1 and we're going to highlight round the little wart bits on the top of those. We can put another couple of speckles in there just to frog him up a little bit more. Little nostrils. There we are. Alright, and then I've got, where is it? Here. I've got Jelly Roll Moonlight, which is like a grey brown. It's gorgeous colour. If I hold it up, now I know they sell these individually, and here's the number for you. I don't know which number it is you use. If anybody could tell me, that would be amazing. Let me refocus Mr Fogherty. Okay, and we'll give him some of these little brown buttons, like that. Alright, we'll switch the colour for the water, otherwise it's not going to show up. Let's go in with number 6. That's 9. No. Yeah, okay, let's go in with number 9, which is powder green. Let's see if that shows up. Not too much, but we can come back with some white. it running. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's spring. Spring is in the air. I think the clocks go forward this weekend, don't they? And so one of the I'll have to stop, but one of the pains in the butt with spring is Crazy Mower Man is back. Let me take that dark green GY1 because I've missed a couple of lily pads. There we go. Right, I'm going to go and shut the window because Crazy Mower Man is back. Hang on, I'm going to do, before I shut the window, I'm just going to, I'm sorry, I can't help playing. Look at the benefits of shaky hands today. No straight lines in the water. It's my favourite part, in case you didn't know. I love doing all this bit. I'm sorry about the noise. I will finish this and I'll go and shut the window. Okay, so I'm going to go round all the ripply marks in the water with white. And when that's dry, I'll go round those too. Feels pretty dry. And that'll bring out the drips of Mr Fogherty's clothes. Like that. But give us a much brighter centre. So that'd be quite nice. Yeah. Oh, now he's going to stop. There we go. I think that's it for the water droplets, is it? Is that one there? It is now. Alright. I am going to let all that dry, finish the white off, and then I'll be back. I want to address the clouds. I want to do something with the clouds, and I want, we've got those to colour, the fishy and the flowers around the edge. So there is Mr Fogherty, because I know you want to ogle at him because he's so gorgeous. I will be back. We're going to finish our ladies. We've got some detailing to do with those and our flowers, a little bit of the castle, and I'll be back shortly and we'll finish it off. See you in a sec. Okay, I've finished the water and I've left the window open because at the moment the noise has stopped. Okay, we need to do Mr Fogherty's clothes down here. Now he's got a top hat and possibly riding boots because he's got a, what do you call it? A whooping stick. I don't know what it's called. I do know, but I can't think. What is it? I don't know. So I've got a blue-grey here, which is MG020. Blue-grey 02. And I'm going to do the top hat because we'll come over that in some cool greys and use that blue as a bit of a highlight. And I think we'll do the same with his boots. Riding crop, that's the word. And then he's got a jacket here, so I'm going to go in with blue, which is Frost Blue B030. It's a very, very pale blue. But we can use blues from the sky then. They won't all look blue. These are going to be, these are going to have cool greys on them, so they'll look really nice. Okay. And then our flowers I'm going to do in the, mind you, that was a bit bright, wasn't it? I don't know, let's have a look. Is that the wrong colour? Oh damn it, I've picked up the wrong colour. Okay, I was going to do it in the Queen Pink, that bright pink that we put on. That's okay, I'll hopefully be able to colour over that. So all of these are going to be in this bright pink. That will help to stop her dress looking so bright. It looks a bit out of place at the minute because it's so bright. So we'll do all of those. Can you see that? Could you see those? I think you could. Like that. Nothing special, just that Queen Pink in there. Like that. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the Mr Fogherty's clothes to dry, let's bring in that dark combination that we had there for our lily pads, which was Prussian green possibly, and oh actually maybe we'll do this one. We'll do peacock green and grass green. Let's try that. Just going to sharpen a little bit for our lily pads. Not too much because they're so tiny and squishy. So we'll do the peacock green. Let's bring that in here. Bit of peacock green here. I meant squishy, not squishy. Gosh. Okay, bit of peacock green, and then we'll pull that out with a little bit of grass green, brighten them up a bit. Like that. That's better. I've got a little bit of colour. I'm just going to blend that into that. There we go. I like that combination. So I think we're going to use that for our leaves. So I'm going in with the peacock green at the bottom of the leaf. And the grass green. And let that softly go into that alcohol marker. With a little bit of highlight. And I'm going to pull in the celadon as well, celadon green, because that works. That's going to work well with that mignonette or whatever colour it's called. There we go. So that's how we're going to do those. We can even put that on the lily pads too, just to blend that out a bit. So all the leaves around the outside in peacock green, grass green and celadon green. And then our little flowers, I'm just going to pull in, ooh, I'm just going to pull in pink, a little bit of pink, can you see? Yeah, a little bit of pink, just a little bit. And then a little bit of, I think we'll have a little bit of the blush pink. which is that, it's got a softer hue to it. I don't know why her dress came out so bright then, because they don't seem to be that bright, do they? It's a bit odd, isn't it? But we're going to play about with that anyway. So, alright, so pink and blush pink. There we go. Alright, so Mr Fogherty's clothes should be dry. Where can I put those? Put those there so I keep hold of them. So let's come in, let's get some cool greys. So I'm going to want, where is it? Oh, excuse me. Let me go off and find the colours, because I'm just going to slow the video down. So I'm going to go off and find the colours for these, and yeah, then I'll be back. See you in a sec. Okay, had a sneezing fit. I wonder if it's a bit of, I don't normally get hay fever, but I just went and put my washing out on the line, so I wonder if it's a little bit of hay fever. Okay, so I've got the colours for Mr Fogherty's hat and his, it looks like his little jacket there, doesn't it? So I've got 50% cool, then I've got the slate grey, which has got a blue look to it, and then 20% cool grey to blend that through. So I'm going to go in with the 50% cool, like this. I think we'll have the shadow down the middle, shall we? Like this. And then if we bring in that slate, it's got that beautiful blue undertone to it. Like this. I don't want to obliterate that grey alcohol marker that we put underneath, but it might be necessary to blend it out. Okay, so then we're going to take the 20% cool grey, and because of Prisma's wonderful values, we'll pull those colours through, is what I was hoping. Like that. So I didn't want to put black on the page because I thought it'd be too much. So let's come back in with that slate now and darken that up. There we are, and then the 20%. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with that 50% cool grey here. Like this. Okay, we're going to do the same with his riding boots. So put that, get that 50 in and then soften it off. Like that. Then bring in that slate. And then we'll pull out with that 20% grey. Just go back in and darken up the edge. There we go. Alright, then for the jacket and the riding crop here, I'm going to have to sharpen that. I've got China Blue, Blue Violet Lake and the Cloud Blue. Oosh, that's very sharp now. That's a weapon in Lucy's hands. Okay, so let's go in with China Blue. Bring that out softly. There we go. I don't use China Blue very often, as you can see, because it's not very nice to colour with, but it's such a beautiful colour. And then Blue Violet Lake. And then the Cloud Blue. But I need to remember to pull it out more for little bits like this, because it is such a stunning colour. I think the problem lies when you come to blend it. I just don't find it easy to blend at all. Okay. There we go. We've got a little blue jacket, and we'll give him a blue band on his hat. There, what do you think? I still think the edge of these hats, this hat needs to be darker. That's better. Okay, stop fiddling and faffing. Alright, we can have a... let's have a China Blue riding crop. I don't know what they'd normally be, what colour. Probably leather, wouldn't they? We'll use that combination in there. Very pretty. And then I'm going to take any old black gel pen, paint pen. This is, no I'm not, it's too wide. I'm going to take my, where are you? Oh no, I've got a uniball signal I'm looking for. Why can't I can never see anything even if it's in front of my face. I can't find it. Oh, that's disastrous. Where is it? I don't know. Okay, well it'll have to be... I don't know. Where has that gone? Look, I'm obviously being thick. Oh gosh, I've just had an awful thought. The husband asked if I'd got any permanent markers. I hope he hasn't took my only black fine pen. Oops, what was that? And used it. And now I don't have it. Oh my goodness. No, can't find it. I wonder if I put it in here. Do you know, I do weird things when I'm transporting stuff backwards and forwards from the bedroom. No, I don't know. It'll have to be, this is a cheapo permanent marker. And it'll have to do. There we go. That'll do. And then we'll run that slate grey along that bit. Alright, We're getting there. Okay, so I'm going to go off and do all the leaves in our green combo and the flowers in our pink combo, and then we'll come back. We've got Mr Snail to finish, and but it's as we do little bits, it gets easier and easier to see what colours I want to put down. So there it is at the moment. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I've done the outside. We've got a few more bits to do, like the two little birdies and the very tiny Mr Snail. So I've got chocolate and I've got Scarlet Lake. And I've sharpened my chocolate as much as I can. So I'm going to come in with a little bit of chocolate. Follow RJ's drawing. Bring that chocolate out a little bit really lightly. That'll help dull down our red a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to take the beautiful Scarlet Lake and get that in. Okay, we can come back, deepen up our swirl with the chocolate, and then I'm going to take cream and pull that out at the top. You can have a little bit of a highlight there as well. Alright, so while we're close in, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading on the building, but we're going to do some windows, and I've got Y3, which is brun yellow. I don't know if that's right, and primrose. My eyesight is not good enough to see this, so I'm going to come in the bottom here with our bright, and then a bit of primrose on the top, like that. So nice and simple, and just so we've got some light going on in the windows. And then I'm going to take the Sandbar Brown and just do a little bit more, just a little bit of shading, not a lot at all. Okay, so we're going to bring out under those little windows. Around the top there. A little bit around that chimney stack. And the little balcony at the top. Like that. Have a little bit of shadow on the balcony, on the columns, sorry. I'm just pressing a little bit harder in some areas, and then like that. Okay, so I think we're going to do a little bit of I don't know, we'll come back to that. I'm going to go and do my windows as best I can without making it look like they're on fire. That's why I picked that primrose, because it tones down that yellow a lot. I'm going to do my windows. I'm going to give, while I see that they need it, Mr Snail his eyes back. And you can do a little bit, we could do a little bit of the sandbar around here as well, just round that underneath the grass, just to give it a little bit of, can you see that? Yeah. Just to give it a little bit of shadow, like the grass is hanging over the edge of the pond verge. Like that. And we can do the same on the vine, which you can't see. Okay, let's do it here. So pick out the dark spots and just run a little bit of that sandbar brown in. Just a little bit, we don't need an awful lot. I really like the alcohol marker effect on there. But just that tiny bit of shading can make all the difference. There we go. Okay, so let's go and do all that, and then I'll meet you back here, and we need to do the centre of the flowers and the fishy. So I'll meet you back here when I'm ready to do that. See you shortly. Okay, a few more bits of colouring. I'll bring you in. Let's have a look at our little fishy here. So I've got 3 alcohol markers. I've got the markers from the window, and I've got Brick Brown, it's called, BR208. These are all from the pastel set today. So let's go in with a traditional goldy looking fish, shall we? So we're going with this brick red, which is actually a really lovely bright orange. Just put some in here. Oh, that's his eye. Dang. Nothing a white Posca won't fix. Then we'll go in with that very bright yellow, and if we go over the edge of that, so it blends those two colours together. And then primrose. We've got a very shocked looking little fishy that is as outraged by Mr Fogherty's behaviour as everyone else is. Okay. I don't know what to do with the little birds at the top. I always struggle with the little birdies. I think we will come in with the blues that we did on Mr Fogherty's clothes and the sandbar brown. So let's make some sandbar sandbar brown little bodies and feet. Like that. Just on that one side. And then let's bring in my very stubby putty beige, and we'll just pull out that sandbar like that, and then let's put in the blues. So let's get that china blue on the little tails down here. China blue and blue violet lake, and then we'll have some little blue tummies too. Let's have a little blue coming into that brown, all that brown, like that. Blue Violet Lake. Cloud blue. Pull that up. We need a little bit more china blue at the bottom on this one. There we go. Back in with the cloud blue. There we are. And then let's take that mid yellow, that I don't know how you say it, brun yellow? I don't know, it sounds Scottish. The one we used in the windows. And we'll put that in those little beaks. Like that. Okay, I need to finish off the edge of the border, but I'll do that shortly. I'm going to bring in the Thule Arts and we're going to sort these dresses out. So I want number 19, which is a very soft pink, and it's called Peaceful Pink. And I'm going to take out the black on this dress, it'll tone it down. There we go. That's better. Just tones it down a little bit. And then instead of just having white, we'll put this Peaceful Pink in here for a little ribbon. There, much more ladylike. And up there too. Yeah. We'll do the same on the little bag here. Okay, so we've got that. Then we need the purpley colour, so we're going to do number 15, which is lavender. And we'll take out the purple. I wasn't going to do a load of Thule art or paint pen work, but I think it will just look pretty. So I'm going with the flow. Excuse the pun. If I don't have hand spasms where I press the pen down too hard, the flow on these pens are just brilliant. Along with their opacity. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright, we need to do this little purple dress over here. Wow. Just makes such a difference, doesn't it? I think. And then we need that very pale yellow that we used. Did we use that? Have we used that yet? No. 23, which is called Sweet Bee. We'll take out black lines. We can always put some white in here as well. We might need that. Oh, they're adorable. Look at them. The faces. There we are. So I've got that pastel-y look that I wanted originally. Need to pull that hat up there. That little bonnet. There we are. I need yellow round this little hat, look. I keep coming up to it, but I haven't covered the line, so let's get shot. There we are. Okay, I think they're done. We're going to take that number 1, that khaki, and I'm going to do it on the building. I'm just going to take out some of the edges. Such a versatile colour. Use it for so many things. Like, put the brightness back in there. Oh, that was brave. Particularly shaky hands. Yeah, maybe I should leave it alone. Door handle. Yeah, I can't do any more fine detail like that. It's gonna destroy my hands. Okay, what's left? Right, I'm gonna go and finish all the shading that I started with the sandbar brown round here, and then we're going to come back and do that, do the clouds. So if I bring you out, you can see, oh, and we need to fade out this grass down here too, which I have a plan for. So I will see you in a second. Okay, I want to have a look at these clouds. So I've got Rainflower Purple, which dries incredibly light, and I'm just going to come around the bottom of this cloud like that. It's good for a bit of shadow, this colour. Just let it spread out a bit. Okay, we need to let that dry for a minute, and then, gosh, my desk is a tip. I want a little bit of a highlight going on, oh, let's use that blue, that Tuliart number 13. For a little bit of on Mr Fogherty's clothes. it's not so stark as white. There we go. Right, are our clouds done? I don't know. The last thing I want to do is try and go over it with pen if it's not dry. Okay, so on the top half of these clouds I'm going in with white. Like that. That white Posca in there. Make it work for a living. Like that. And we'll do it on this one too. And here. And here, I will neaten them off so they don't look so rough. Let's see how that purple's drying now. How lovely and soft that purple is drying. Isn't that gorgeous? Like that. And then instead of putting the white on, I'm going to come in with that 13, that shy blue. And because it will still look white against the blues we've got, but it's just not as stark as the top of the cloud then. Like that. I mean, you can of course just leave them alone, but Lucy can't. Oh no. She has to fiddle and faff. But they do look cute like that. It does give them a little bit of dimension, I suppose. I like experimenting with my alcohol markers. I do enjoy it. I'm just trying out different colours really, you know, to my ethos being simple but effective. There we go. Just want to make sure I cover any black, otherwise it just looks naff. I don't know why I enjoy it so much when I shake so much, because it's very frustrating. But I do, I love outlining. Okay, the only thing we haven't done is put any colour on our little fishy. So I think we should scoot down here and get a little bit of colour on him. So I vote for a little bit of goldenrod in our mid areas. A little bit of goldenrod. And then let's get just plain orange. And then of course cream. And we need a little bit on his fin, look. And we've got a little goldfish in the pond. Alright, let's come out and have a look. I think other than maybe, definitely, some stickles. Now, where am I going to put the stickles? I think maybe round the edge of the pond. I've got crystal here. I was gifted this at Christmas and I never found out who brought it for me. So I think let's put some, it's the most incredible colour. I think we'll put some around the edge of the pond. I do love playing with a bit of stickles. And then we'll just pull that, drag that out so we get some shine. Oh, and we've got to do the grass. I haven't done the grass. I jump ahead of myself, look. Got all excited. Right, let me stop with the crystal stickles for a minute. I picked out, and got them ready, and now I can't find them. Pale Sage and Grey Green Light, just to pull this out. So we'll put a bit of the Pale Sage in. It's got that yellowy hue. And get rid of that alcohol marker edge with our Pale Sage. We can come in on the inside as well. A little bit under our flowers. And get rid of that edge, just softly with the Prisma. Like that. We're going to need to come in with something a little darker as well, I think. Bit of pressure on that edge. Let's get rid of that. Under our flowers. Be careful because I've chucked a load of stickles in there now. I think we can add some, I've got an idea. Oh, stickles. Alright, and then the grey-green light. I'm staying pulled out so that you can just see what I'm doing. I'm just pulling that out into that white so it just fades out on that edge. Right. See those stickles beginning to shimmer already. Okay, and I can see the colour I want, just for a little bit of shadow. I'll work on that edge a little bit more. Let's just sharpen it. And I think it's sap green light. Yeah, sap green light. And we'll just put a little bit of that under our little flowers. Any sort of tucked in areas. I'll just put a little bit of that in. I'm a bit far away. Bring in a little bit, that's a bit better, isn't it? And then we can blend any pencil marks out with that Pale Sage. It's my favourite colour. Love it. Sap green light. Can't believe I forgot to do this before I put the stickles on the page. I could have waited, but that would mean like leaving the page overnight open, and that means then there would be no video today. So I'm just, that's the pale sage, just blending out that sap green light. Can't get this side as smooth because I've got stickles in the way. Okay. I might just have to play with it once the stickles are dry and I've done the video. But that grey-green light in there. And I think I'll carry on playing off camera because I want to carry on with my stickles. Where have I chucked them? Here. Okay. So we're just going to carry on going. A little bit in the drops off his clothes. And of course around the edge of the pool. Just squeeze a bit out and then use the nozzle to sort of spread it about a bit. Try to be a bit more frugal. Round our fishy. See, it can't stop. It's like an addiction. I need a stickle group. Just a few bits there. Okay, I think I'm done. I actually absolutely love that Stickles crystal. I think I'm done, folks. I was going to outline Mr Fogherty, but I think quit while you're ahead is probably a good mantra. Just want to pick it up and show you. Look at that. Oh, that shimmer from that crystal. It's just incredible. Okay, so let's try and get the whole thing in shot. It's come out quite a long way. There we go. Alright, this is my messy desk full of delicious colours. So there we are. Mr Fogherty takes a quick dip complete, and I'm really pleased, apart from our fishy. I need to put that white back in his eye, don't I? There we are. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me and just revelling in RJ's incredible new book. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if you're up for it, we can do some more in this book. I'm waiting for the Curbsters book, obviously. We'll do some in there. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how he came out, and I love his his outfit that's stuck to his buff body. So thank you for joining me. So I'll be back on Monday with Mini Monday. and I think I'll use a different book because nobody seems to be, not many people are watching it, so and it's limiting me with supplies. People want to see lots of supplies, so I might, you know, pick another book to do some mini Mondays in that has got it's not got Amazon paper. And then Thursday next week, of course, is going to have to be a Kirby page, isn't it? We're going to have to do a page in Kirby's new book. So thank you, RJ, so much for sending me this book. They bring me, your work brings me so much pleasure, and you know, you're a godsend in just lightening, brightening our days. So thank you. Thank you to everyone that's joined me, watched me, followed me, liked me, subscribed. It's everything to me. It really is. So I'm going to stop my ramble, and until we meet again in the very near future, take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.